I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. Let me say this to you. I was speaking with a member of our congregation on yesterday who made a donation to our church, a substantial donation, and we'll talk about that at the appropriate time. And I realized that I must win this race to be the mayor of the city of New York. It is not that I gotta win it or can win it, but I must win it for the people. The more I interact with people, the more people realize that if I don't win this race to be the mayor of the city of New York, Mandami, a Muslim, will be the mayor of the city of New York, a 33-year-old communist Muslim who believes in fatwa. He believes in killing anybody who does not say the name Muhammad. You have to say peace and blessings upon the name of the Prophet Muhammad. He believes in fatwa. If anybody speaks ill in any way against the Quran, that the Quran gives you the opportunity or the right to unalive them. And he also believes in intifada, that is the killing of Jews wherever you find them and under any circumstance that you find them. Listen, everybody, you do not want to, with what's going on in Gaza now, with 6 people being shot down in the street, the beginning of a new intifada in Jerusalem on yesterday, and then if you will, the IDF responding by bombing positions in Qatar, which is not a Hamas, but it's certainly a Muslim nation. You don't want to put a Muslim in City Hall in New York City. You don't want to do it. What are y'all thinking about? You don't, with all the problems with Hamas, with Muslim, with Jews, with intifada, with murder, with children, if you will, with ISIS, with Al Qaeda, with World Trade Center coming up in a day or so, you don't want to put a Muslim, I don't care what free grocery, government grocery stores or free ride, you don't want to put what are y'all thinking about? What are y'all thinking about? You don't want to put a 33-year-old radical communist Muslim in City Hall in New York City. You don't. What are y'all thinking about? What is the world coming to? And so it's important. It's extraordinarily important that you realize that I am the only choice. You can't even put Cuomo there. He then become a puppet of Trumpet. And Adams, he's washed up. It's all over with for him. And by the way, we're still 55 days, if my count is correct, out from actually November the 4th, the day of election. A lot of stuff is going to happen between now and then. You're going to see some explosions in both the political, progressive, Republican, Democrat. You're going to see some explosions in media, corporate money. You're going to see a whole lot. The only stabilizing and stable event in politics right now in New York and America is James David Madden. Now, you'll have to take the time to think about that. Were someone on CNN to say that, if Anderson Cooper was to say, after looking at Manning's record, reading Raphael Suleiman's statement regarding Pastor Manning, and looking at Pastor Manning's record of where he's been, from the chain gang to an elite university, to City Hall, he now goes to leading a church, a family man, to being a developer, the things that he has done, he is the only stabilizing force in America today. Manning is, that's me. Now, if that was said on CNN or was said on one of the major networks, then everybody or one of the universities or somebody from I suppose the Nobel Prize people were saying that you'd get on board. But to have this said, and I understand for me to say it, tooting my own horn is probably not a good idea. But I'm the only stabilizing force in America right now. I'm the only stabilizing force in America right now, politically, economically, spiritually, whatever you do. Listen, come on. Listen, did you hear about the shootings that went on in Jerusalem yesterday? Hamas shooter. Did you see what Hamas did on October the 7th? Going back 2 years ago now? You don't want to put a Muslim in the White. What the hell are y'all thinking about? What? You let these young college students who doesn't have any idea about anything, they've never had to be responsible for anything, they've been spoon-fed, they're born with a silver spoon in their mouth, even though they themselves are Palestinians or Muslims, or even Jews, young Jewish children who never had to hit a lick at a snake. They've been spoon-fed, they're born with a silver spoon in their mouth, everything given to them. What do they know about the problems of the world or the problems of the poor? They have no idea of the suffering or the pain of war, or what napalm smells like in the morning, or deportation smell like in the morning. They have no idea. And they're making the suggestion about you cannot let these young college students make the decision for the world. You can't do that. You got to get out and you got to vote for me and you got to donate. I need money. I need money to fight these corporate, if you will, tycoons. I need money. You got to donate. What are y'all thinking about? I mean, what are y'all thinking about? You can't put a Muslim in City Hall. Not with all the terror that you've had Al-Qaeda, you've had ISIS, you've had the intifadas for years, and your buses being bombed, restaurants being bombed in Israel and in Europe. You've had the World Trade Center. That's going to be coming up in a day or two. And you're talking about, are you serious? You let these young whippersnappers who wouldn't know their butt from a hole in the ground talking about putting a Muslim in City Hall? Have you lost your you-know-what? No, it's Manning or Massacre. It's either Manning or Massacre. So I'm here, but I need you to donate. I need you to go to manningformayor.com and donate. I need money. I need your support, and I need your better angels, to use a term I'm not always crazy about using. That is to say, y'all need to wake the hell up out there. Are you serious? You're talking about putting a 33-year-old intifada, fatwa, peace and blessings upon the Prophet Muhammad, Muslim in the City Hall? Have you lost your mind? Has America gone crazy? What is wrong with y'all? Wrong with y'all? Wrong with you? No, No, you can't let these college students who wouldn't know. I mean, a bunch of them got together and voted. Ain't nobody with half a brain, anybody with half a maturity, I don't care if you're black, red, chartreuse, or green, or whatever, anybody with half a brain and half a sense of the way the world works would have never even recommended the idea of voting for Mondami in the primary. And now you're talking about putting that boy in the City Hall. You can't, not with all of what's going on right now. Next thing you know, y'all will have to celebrate 30 days of Ramadan. Next thing you know, the school will be out for 30 days. Y'all be fasting, Muslim, eating the Muslim, whatever it is, for 30 days. Ramadan? That's what that boy will do. That's what it'll do. So you need to get behind me, forget about put aside all of whatever it is that you had, and get behind me, get with me, get beside me, and support me all the way to November 4th. And you'll probably have to write my name, because the politicians, the crooked Board of Elections and a bunch of other judges and everything threw me off the ballot 3 times. So you're going to have to write my name. You have to write James Manning when you go into that voting booth on November the 4th. You're going to have to write my name, James Manning. You got to write James Manning, my name, because they've thrown me off of the ballot 3 times, no less, because they're afraid of the fact that I'm going to bring truth, and I will. So it's important that you understand you can't put that 33-year-old fatwa, peace and blessings be upon Muhammad, or death, fatwa, or intifada, or ISIS, or Al-Qaeda, or any of the others. You can't bring that to America. No, you can't do that. All right? So let's get ourselves together and move with Jesus rather than Muhammad. I represent Jesus. That boy represents Muhammad. And I'll tell you, if you're a Jew, you ain't got no business having a Muslim call the shots over your life. You ain't got if you're a Jew or a Christian, you ain't got no business having a Jew somebody who calls Jesus just a good man, who says that Jesus is a liar. He says that Muslims say that Jesus is a liar, that Jesus was not the Son of God. He was just a good man, not even a prophet, or maybe a prophet. You can't do that. You can't do it. What's wrong with y'all? You can't. Listen. You're on the brink of the edge of the cliff. And this 33-year-old Mandami boy, this Intifada boy, this Farquhar, this peace and blessing be upon the Prophet Muhammad. He wants that power, and I'm not going to give it to him. And I'm not going to let you give it to him, or none of your young ones who ain't got no sense running around these college campuses with their textbooks in their backpack talking about the next mayor of the city of New York. Ain't going to happen. I'm going to be the next mayor of the city of New York. And that's just all there is to it, like it or not. We got 55 days. And I'm ready now to take the helm and to bring righteousness, love and righteousness, peace and justice. Hey, Mandami, what's my name? What's my name? What's my name?
James Manning.
When you go into that voting booth on the 4th of November here in the New York City mayoral election, and when you go in there, whose name you going to print in the write-in section? Whose name you going to print in the write-in section on the ballot, Mandami? Who you going to print? Whose name?
James Manning.
Hey, Mandami, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Whose name you going to print on the write-in section on the ballot on November 4th here in the New York City mayoral election?
James Manning.
All right now, let's get it on.